Former workers have sued Twitter on the grounds that the company broke many labour regulations, according to their claims. Also, as we found out, Twitter and Musk are being sued by multiple personalities for billions of dollars. These lawsuits are so serious that they can completely collapse Twitter. With that, Musk finally came out and officially responded to these lawsuits. He revealed what he thinks about ex-Twitter employees and why these lawsuits, according to him, are absurd. In addition, Musk came out and revealed the real reason why he implemented so many layoffs and what he offered to employees before firing them. Furthermore, according to ex-employees, Twitter's recent actions violate the Federal and California Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, also known as the WARN Act. However, some employees did receive notice of their impending termination, while others did not. More importantly, since these facts came to light, even more surprising details have been disclosed. This is a very interesting situation, so let's explain it. Things are heating up at Twitter after the tidal wave of Twitter's mass layoffs. Irked former employees, who were axed from the company, are out for blood, claiming that Twitter committed multiple labour rights violations. They are filing a lawsuit against Twitter. Time to backtrack a little. Yul Roth, head of safety and integrity at the social media network, informed about 50% of Twitter employees were given the boot early last month. Musk, however, has stood by the decision to sever the employment of almost half of Twitter's workforce. Let's do the math. Pre-Musk takeover, Twitter boasted around 7,500 employees, which translates into a job loss of close to 3,700 of its workers. That is quite a significant chunk. The job cuts have sent advocacy and civil rights groups into a furore, who have appealed to advertisers to pull the plug on Twitter over concerns regarding issues such as user safety and content moderation. However, from Musk's standpoint, the number of workers employed at Twitter was simply too large. Musk, for his part, stood staunchly by his stance, declaring that the platform's commitment to content moderation is still unchanged. And that comes to you straight from the man himself. The new owner of Twitter went a step further to assure that hate speech had now hit a low, going below the normal levels, amidst all the new shifts that were taking place. The axe came down on the top tier of the organisation with rapidity. As the first to bid au revoir to their jobs were the CEO and Chief Financial Officer at Twitter. Joining their ranks was the General Counsel, which experienced a dissolution. Talk about Elon's explosive entry into the platform. We are trying to let that sink in. Things have not been quite so perilous for the ad sales department, as ad revenue constitutes a massive chunk of the platform's earnings. Bringing down costs seems to be at the top of Elon's agenda, who has stoically maintained his position on the massive round of firings. The powerhouse entrepreneur declared that he did not have much choice in the matter when the company was facing a daily loss of $4 million. Musk further tweeted that all those who departed from the company were offered 3 months of severance, something which exceeds the required legal terms by 50%. While it looks like things were taking a rocky turn, Elon, every bit the innovator, remains very optimistic. At an interview, Musk provided an optimistic outlook, calling Twitter one of the most valuable companies in the world, and that he deems that there exists a tremendous amount of potential. And now that we have shown you the good and the bad, it's time to dive into the uglier side of things. In what ex-employees have alleged, as they filed a class action lawsuit against Twitter, that Twitter's recent actions violate the Federal and California Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, WARN Act. There is a very slight twist to the tale. It has now emerged that numerous complainants did receive an appropriate notice regarding their impending termination, while some others did not. The complaint has undergone a modification since these details came to the forefront. So, what terms does the WARN Act stipulate? The legal requirement is that a 60-day advance written notice preceding a mass layoff needs to be issued by an employer who employs more than 100 employees. According to CNN, attorney Shannon Liss Riordan wants to make Twitter accountable to the legal system. Riordan does not want employees to forego their rights. In a recent spat of developments as December rolls around, Twitter might find itself embroiled in more legal standoffs. According to Wired.com, a blitz of bombardment by former Twitter employees is in the offing, as they get all set to stake out their legal claims. Former personnel of the social media giant have made it public that they are taking Twitter to court in regard to its severance policies. Things are definitely taking a turbulent turn. Former employees Amma Shavat, Adrian Trejo Nunes, and Helen Sage Lee, accompanied by their lawyer Lisa Bloom, have called out Twitter via an online press conference, citing their termination a breach of contract and in contravention to the WARN Act. As per Wired.com, an employment lawyer based in California, Rafael Nendel Flores, elaborated that in terms of legal strategy, the filing of multiple arbitration suits will exert pressure on Twitter, who are already strapped with huge deficits and challenged by a drop in advertising revenue. Nendel Flores contends that filing individual arbitration suits are what Bloom and other claimants would resort to. Several other employees represented by lawyer Akiva Cohen have issued a notification to Twitter that in the event that the company did not, what they termed, unequivocally confirm that the ex-employees would be granted their full severance, legal action would be taken in the form of arbitration suits. But Musk responded to these lawsuits by explaining that Twitter was more than fair in these layoffs and gave to ex-employees everything that they were required. From Musk's interview, it seems that he is very relaxed and confident that all these lawsuits will have a very positive end. Twitter. That's it for today. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell.